I'm going to show you how to make a pair of matching beads, because if you're going to make beads professionally, for designers or for yourself, you're going to need to make matching pairs for earrings. So we'll attach the glass in the usual way. These can go really quite quickly. I make entire necklaces full of matching beads. And of course it's the same old story, the more you do, the better you get. So, I fold the glass over, making sure I don't trap the air. Get a mandrel. It's a good idea to really try to remember each time exactly how you did the one before. Sort of match them in your mind. Try to apply them in exactly the same way. Establish exactly the same width on the mandrel. Some people say it's a good idea to make the two beads on the same mandrel, and then you can really get a match. But I think that when you're decorating a bead, and you're having to jump between two to make sure that they're both the same temperature, it's a little tricky. So there, the bead is now ready to go. So I keep it outside and I let it cool a little so that it's firm. And I am turning it. It doesn't always look like that in the camera, but I'm constantly moving it. So now I'm going to put on the dots. Count them as I go. 1, 2, 3, oh dear, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And again on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So now I'm going to put a blue. I'm going to make blue leaves on a green bead, which is kind of a funny way around, but it's pretty nice. So there are the white dots. You'll find with spectrum, or it may be true of other kinds of flat glass, that you need to generally put white under a colour to lift it off the matrix. It's just a little different from the Italian glass, where you really can put one colour on another and they show up. Very few do in the spectrum, for instance. And so you just get into the habit of putting down the white and putting the other colour over it. All right. I sort of leave the bottom of the bead in the flame and bring it up to the tool. So you're rotating the bead through the flame, but you're keeping the spike, the dental tool, out of the flame. So now I'm going to put a little row of dots around the middle. First white and then yellow. The yellow certainly wouldn't show because it's a clear yellow if it wasn't for the white underneath. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's useful to work in a rhythm. It keeps the dots the same size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then I just run it through the flame just a little while. I sort of want the dots to stand out a little proud. So there's the bead, the first one. Now I'm going to put it in the kiln and make another. I've got a pretty squeaky chair, I must say. So here we go, I'll do another one. Grip your glass. Designers are people who buy your beads for making their own jewelry are incredibly thankful if you can make matched pairs and keep them scented and be consistent in your work, of course. The pairs that you make for earrings can be your, what I call pot boilers. They can be your basic money-making beads, and they can support your habit for experimenting and making beads that perhaps might not be so easy to sell. And as the public becomes more and more aware of how special lampwork beads are, the desire for these beautiful little treasures made into jewelry just becomes greater. Some of us were making beads for a long time before we started actually seeing them being what I call worn on the street, meaning that they were available to more people than just other bead makers. But it's beginning to happen now. So there's another. You see how quickly that happened? And there it is. So now I'll put the dots on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the blue. Then of course you can make a whole bunch of beads that are the same size for a whole necklace, and then make a focal piece. I'm fond of making a lot of beads this size, splicing them into chain with silver, usually using quite thick silver, and then I'll make a little amphora or something for the center. And a piece of jewelry like that has got quite a lot of value, especially if you can carry an essential oil in the amphora. So it's not only beautiful, but it has a use. Yes. So I can usually make one of these beads in about, depending on the size of course, but 3 to 5 minutes apiece. It's a lovely way to start the day. It's a very good discipline for when you're beginning your day of bead making, actually. And so there's the second. I'm not going to make any more of these now, but that's how it works.